Okay. Okay. That seems to have done it. It's the Wi-Fi. Okay. So this needs to be wired in. Thankfully, this room is now a building site because instead of just focusing on one project, I decided to start another one. And I have half a ceiling light installed. Alright, so this is going to take a second. I need to connect this to the right device. Oh, maybe it has. Let's see. Cool. Might get a ding. Yeah, that's good. And now we go here. There we get rid of that. And we figure out a couple of things. Apologies, there's basically no way of getting this started. Gracefully at the moment. It's just going to take time. And there we go. Now, can I have my extra stream without further disaster occurring? I found that plugging this in sometimes disables the keyboard, which is a bit irritating. We all seem to be there, so that's good. Right, so camera-wise, you'll notice that we have a little bit more real estate here. So we can see a bit more of what's going on. That's because I have assembled various camera bits that I have into a better combination. So we're slowly getting there. I mean, we might have finished the Lego from all these test streams and they are test streams, technically speaking. It might be a bit bright in here, actually. Let's just grab that, move it down a bit now that I've solved the problem. And I'm going to move myself like this. There we go. My bag is not bookmarking where I was at all. We were here and we had the drama with the white piece being in the wrong place. It was terrible. It's a little less gloomy than I like, so we're just going to try the other way. Ooh. There we go. A camera could do with being a bit more thus. Sorry it's wobbly, but it's the best I got at the moment. I need to zonify this better. Yeah, okay. We can change this a little, make it a bit warmer. There we go. The problem really is the reflections, and I'm not sure there's a lot we can do about that. So we got to here. So we are dressed up, at least from the waist up. And we have our spooky music on. We have a delicious beverage. We have our Lego, and we have the swooshy sound. That microphone is peaking constantly. Okay, that's a bit too little. That's pretty close. But most importantly, we can hear the jingling bricks. So this is meant to be my sort of Halloween activity, but I've started it early, and I don't care. We will have enough to do, and if we don't, we will find enough to do. There's a couple of jobs left to do. So we've got as far as this. So it now behooves us to find four of these. Again, they've got a little mark on the diagram. I think these denote pieces that are specifically built for this set. Or maybe that they're metallic. Although it doesn't look very metallic to me. There's a sort of little flare. It's very hard to make out at that distance on these two pieces, the 4X and the brick. Well, what I can do, this is what we made earlier. And this is the piece we're working on. So this lot has to, I think, be moved safely out of the way. Oh, and I'm not doing safely very well, am I? I think that went like that. It's fairly robust. I say fairly robust, and that's when it falls apart in my hands. There we go. I can go over there. There's some figurines in it that are a part of this current part of the build. But that gives us a little bit more room. If I put those bits there, we can put this empty bag over there. I try and elevate this up to the it doesn't help, does it? You'll have to take my word for it. You can look up the manual as well, using the code, which is in the stream title. So we need 4 of these. We need 2. I haven't said hello properly, have I? Hello, Spectacular Man, and hello, Cursive. Yes, it is Lego time. These are turning for some reason into late night streams. A little translucent. Well, I think of these as Lego heads, even if they don't have faces painted on them. There's a very distinctive shape to them. Ooh. In case you're interested, the music is from Epidemic Sound, who produce, not free, but basically you can license music, which I've kind of failed to do. I actually need to give them some money, but I was in a rush. So I'm on a promise to give them a month or two's rent. You don't need one of those. And it's the same exact playlist every year. Now, I think this has got to be because they're metallic, shiny pieces, not specific to the set. Because I have actually seen these specific bricks in a different set. You've got these 2 blank gravestone style pieces. this exciting angular spotty block thing. A red smooth piece. And brown. 2 of. There we go. So the first thing we do is put these together. Thus, the long sides touch each other, and then that there goes. And that there goes. Right. Yeah, we've got the head encroaching on the camera thing going on, so maybe just a little that way. I can see this is going to need take some adjusting to. So we do this, and then we place these interesting shiny pieces on the top here, and this whole assembly goes in here. But that doesn't look. No, that is how it should be. So what's happening? You can maybe see. You can just. These feel like they are, or look like they are not sitting perfectly, but they are. They're good. It is strong. Right. This is exciting. You get these, and you top and tail them with these, and then you use. This is a paint roller. This is very definitely a paint roller. But in this case, it becomes a lamp holder. Very creative. Go one in there. And do the same again. And again. Quite neat, that, isn't it? But I wonder, are these the right way up? I think they might not be. Hello. The lurky hello has not gone off. I wonder why that is. Let's do some testing. Thank you for the lurky hello.
I like you. Have a cupcake.
That worked. Yeah, I imagine you're doing something interesting. No, it can't go the other way. And that I'm nicely in the background. That's how I imagine it to be. Do enjoy yourselves. Right, and there we go. So I've realised I keep on sort of holding this up to the camera, but it's actually much easier to do that. So we've now got torches on the front. It needs a little straightening out, but That's all going rather well.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Nice. That's exactly the right length, I think, steel. Right, we have a lot of grey pieces left in here. So the light fitting, I have been adjusting, Cuppy, if you're listening, is just up there. And it's currently non-functional, but electrically safe. At least I think it is. I did consider getting an electrician in, and then I decided that I've done enough dangerous housework involving plumbing and electricity. Yeah, all the wires are safely tucked away, and it's off at the switch, but I had the entire downstairs lights flipped off during the work, obviously. But I will have it fixed within 2 days, and within a week if I actually need to get an electrician in. I shouldn't need to. I just need to understand whether I need to get a hole saw and recess the ceiling rows myself. Or if I want to do that, I could just use spacers, because the... Let me show you this thing, actually. Amazon was doing a lot of my lighting is Philips Hue. And this is a big... Obviously, this is actually just a diffusing plastic cover, and inside is a strip of gradient hue light and a driver. It feels quite heavy. But it also, on the flip side, where you mount it up against the wall, it actually projects light upwards as well, so it diffuses across the ceiling. I could put some spacers in. I'm not getting it down because it's currently drilled into the ceiling. It's a bit of a mess. But a ceiling rose, if you're not aware with one, is basically a... You might think of it, I certainly did until quite recently, as the cornicing, I guess, round a light fitting. But it's not. Well, in electrical terms, a ceiling rose is generally a little plastic disc with a number of wire receivers in it and an earthing point, and that's where all the lighting wiring goes in. So I undid all of this, took some photos, watched some YouTube videos and read some articles on how these wires are arranged, because I tried to keep them all exactly as they were, but that was impossible. But that's fitted externally to the ceiling of this room. So you can probably get it in a disc that you fit flush inside a hole in there. At the moment there's a hole about yay big, and it would need to be about this big. So I can either recess it that way, or I can put some spacers in on the mounting on the light and have the ceiling rose sat on top of the mounting plate up there, which might work. But I just have to have a think about it. Anyway, this is where we are. And then we... The wonderful thing about doing things like Lego, I imagine... I had a couple of partners who were deeply into their knitting. And it's the way that it allows the rest of your brain to think while your hands are doing something, but it's engaging your attention in a very specific way, leaving capacity for other things to move through your mind. And that is very helpful for scatty-brained people like myself. Oh, look at this. I just put all the other bits over there. And it actually, in the last step, says attach the two together. So it's time to bring this all together, which is very exciting. Let's do that. Safety third. Spectacular man. Safety third. So, let's get the orientation correct. This here fastens to literally in front of that fireplace. So this is exciting. When we close this up, like so, we have a complete fireplace, which is going to be, I might be able to show you like this. Oh, it's even glowing quite nicely in the camera. But a small fireplace has been made. Quite like that. Yep. So now that these are together, we had little squeaking catses around. I will mention that I have left the treats on, but I haven't figured out how they're going to work. So these need to be at a right angle to one another. Things are getting caught, so something like this, but actually entirely the other way round. I am working on this backwards, which is not ideal. Let's put it all together again. Let's see if we can get it in a way that makes sense to me. These are at a right angle to each other. And this set... Ah, yes. There is a very logical place for it to slot in now. This will block it from... Oh, no, actually it can still rotate fully around there. That's quite exciting. I think I'm channeling Big Clive a bit. If people are not aware of Big Clive, go to YouTube and type in Big Clive. He's a Scottish electrical engineer who, honestly, I should have looked at wiring a ceiling rose. He's probably the first place I should have gone to. He's incredibly soothing watching while he does extremely dangerous things with electrical stuff. Investigating how safe products from eBay and Amazon and AliExpress are. But he has this lovely voice. It's very relaxing and an excellent sense of humour. And it's generally all round good eggs. So, moving on, we need 2 of these. And 2 of these. And 4 of these. 3 of these. And 1 of these, and that's nearly the entire. There's barely a rattle left in there now. We're having to ration our swooshes. So my phone's Discord is not really awake today. It's only just sent me the alert. Your alerts are fine, by the way, Cuppy. I got them earlier. But my phone has only just decided to give me a notification that you went live. So we're making a nice flat sort of block. So does this elevated camera work okay for this, do you think? Or do you think I should fiddle with it a bit more? I might fiddle round. Angle-wise, yeah. I mean, I brought it up so that we can see more of the table and more of what's going on, because I was kind of in this space, even though I had a lot of working space. I mean, do be critical. I want to get this right. The one difficulty is the camera itself is not fantastic in handling light. The stream cams, Logitech stream cams, do not handle changes in lighting very well, which is why I mostly use Elgato face cams for things. One of the things I'm concerned about is my head keeps on getting in the way as I lean in to do close work, which with the previous one, wasn't so much of a problem, but it had other limitations. So I'm solving one problem, potentially creating another. Right, look at this. We have it with the thick piece here and the short piece here. It's on infinity focus as well. Yeah, so the advantage of having the two cams here is we can zoom in and also it will take me some time to get used to handling this properly. So the majority of this is construction, and bits of it are my face. Sorry. And occasionally we'll have a close look at something. So for instance, if I was to go, ooh, look, you know, we've got... I've just got to be more practiced at it, that we've got now little... things we can have a closer look at them. But the lighting is the thing, because the atmosphere I want is slightly gloomy, slightly spooky, maybe. But yeah, if you're going to make a really high quality production making video, you don't have a gloomy atmosphere. You have a bright, vibrant, very clear and clinical sort of thing, very strongly focusing on well focus. So and one of the things that's irritating is that my equipment is in view, which Jesus. With hopes and prayers, Cuppy. With hopes and prayers. Yes. Okay, I got a little quick. I'll try not to. It doesn't really want to go around that way. Hang on. Here is the mount. And here. So this is the original mount. This is where the camera was. And I've got a second camera mount. A much better one. This is a small rig collapsing arm, so it's multi-angled and quite resistive, so you get a nice positional feel to it. The other one is a cheapo Amazon 3-part 3-hinge thing with a ratchet mechanism on each angle, and to get it to the correct height I've got it up and then tilted backwards, so the bigger arm is coming out at this sort of angle, and then the camera is leveled at the end with an extremely cheap Home Bargains light ring, which I could replace with something good. I was thinking of getting my actual mirrorless digital camera out and making that because that will handle all of this very well. But there's no way that will take the weight reliably, and if it falls down, that would be miserable all round. It's a heavy piece of kit. So it's all kind of, working our way to something that works. As long as people are enjoying themselves, it shouldn't matter too much. But I do find myself obsessing over the details here. Yeah. So I made an mistake. I bought myself a Nikon Z50. And there is nothing wrong with the Z50 as a camera. It is actually really, really good. And I got an extremely good deal on it. I think it was about £600 less than it would have been. Yes, well, the fact that's why scuff is such a thing, isn't it? It's the acceptance that you're going to make mistakes. But also the acceptance that you're going to put yourself in a position of having something that's what you want, but so complicated that it will break at the moment's notice. However, had I waited a month or two, the Z50C would have come out and a similar deal would have occurred for it. And that has a USB-C connector which serves as a webcam clean HDMI signal. You can just plug that directly into anything compatible with Thunderbolt USB-C and it just works. No intermediary capture cards, no dongles or anything. If I get the Canon, the Nikon out, I have to add an Elgato or some whatever, like a capture card. Run it through that. Power the camera with a dummy battery. That is a whole shitload of extra wires on a table that's already full of them. I don't know how visible this is going to be. No, it's just too dark. But it's an absolute rat's nest back there. And I put it all together in an afternoon. But it would give a great picture. And the simple way to do that is not to jury rig something like this. It's to go and buy the right tool for the job, which is about £50. And I will make use of it many times, so it's worth the money. But no, I had to do it this way now. It's a bit like the ceiling rose. I should have just budgeted for an electrician and or paid a chum to teach me how to do it while supervising. But no, I wanted it now, so here we are. Right, it has taken me 10 minutes to build a very simple block. Yeah, so this is probably not going on till 1 AM because it might. I'm not gonna lie, it might. Do let me know if I'm doing this, because I do sometimes. I'll pull it right into my face and start working at it like I'm a squirrel. But I won't nibble it, no matter how much it looks like a boiled sweet. I do want you to be able to enjoy, if you enjoy such things, seeing what the hell's going on. I have done this wrong, haven't I? Have I? Yeah. Well, if I want to be exact, I have. I'm not sure how. Oh, come on, guys. God, look at these two. You leave them alone for a minute and look what they get up to. And with a face like that. Putting Lego in my mouth was definitely something I did way past the normal age for doing so. Right, you've got to keep them separated there. They're not to be trusted. Right, here we go. So, blank face of the box. No. Blank face there, long, yeah. I mean, this is probably does not matter anywhere near as much as I'm making it out. But, god damn it, I'm doing it properly. So it shows you where all the block seams and so on are. Now, where does this wondrous construction go? Ah! We build it. I am unsure. I mean, I can tell where it goes, but it doesn't actually show this. This appears to be an... Oh no, next page. Tell a lie, it says, do this. I must have turned over 2 pages at once. We're now on step 77 on page 69. Nice. But it's not nice. The pages and steps are completely out of sync, and I don't know what to do with myself. I shall be honest. But there it goes. The mystery is solved. Last bits. Right, I have not figured out how to do this still. But what I think is if you're cool, I will save that for the next break and treat them while I'm on a break. That makes sense? We don't need to count out the pieces for this one because these are all the pieces that are left. I mean, strictly speaking, we don't need to count them out at all, but I feel like I need to. So this goes overhanging there, and then this, and then this. Like so. And it tells us it goes here. Ah, we have done it wrong. I think it might be better for me to do it the other way and do this. This goes in there, and then oh yes, be nice to Seribot. And then I can tell where things are meant to go from this. There we go, and there we go. And there we go. So now we have the whole front of the house done. Well, this level of it, because there's going to be many. These guys don't belong there. That's just where I put them. But they seem quite happy for now. Ditto, I'm pretty sure he's not going to live there. But that's where they are for now. I think I know about this tower. Damn it, serious. It's spoiling a chance to get famous. Oh, I see. Yes, sorry, I missed the Seri doing the bot kill. Good, Seri. Excellent work. So actually, we are now on bag 5. Woohoo! Of 18. never do that again. Oh, sorry, dude. Let's pop you in there for now. That was so bad, I nearly asked you to sad trombone yourself. This has a lot of rubber in it. Thank you, Cuppy. Well, it's not. These are actually plastic wheels, but these are big ass wheels. These are chunky. Oh, let's skip this one because it's barely legally distinct from what it's copying. So, it's the Spectacular Man song. You'll see why in a second. So we need 2 tiny studs out of that huge pile. This is a chunky old bag of bits. I found out the other day that there is a Lego rental service or a membership. Oi. Big ass wheels. Big. Only whenever I see you, Spectacular Man. Only whenever I see you. There we go. Did you know that Spectacular Man is a reskin of Doki Doki Tactical Panic? I'm quite proud of myself being able to say all those words without just chewing them. Yeah. This is how we bond. Like when I go into, well, mostly Billiam's chat these days, and Blobby everywhere. He really loves that. I can tell. Two of those. One 4 block. Yeah. And 6. Is that an 8 or a 6? Those are 8s, and we only need... Yeah, I am counting that right. 6 studs. Yeah, enjoy the show. 6 and 6. Yeah, they were right the first time. What are you watching? Or tell me afterwards. But enjoy it no matter what you're doing. And a red disky part. I strong feeling we'll not get through this bag tonight. I'm not gonna, as you can see, I'm a little bit not the brightest. Okay, so these are all going sort of straight on to things. So are we looking at the right side? We kind of are. but it wants us to open this like this. Oh! That should be that way around. Like that. So this is kind of, look at what you can see here and make the changes. They're not there, but here. One of those. Oh, dark. I don't believe I know dark, but I hope it's great. So I put this piece exactly where I said I shouldn't. So you put that there and that there, and then a 4-piece this way. Well, this is exciting. And the stud goes here. So what was a tower just up here, which is almost impossible to show. There, we've got too much loose stuff inside here. But that's one stud, single height blocks interspersed with these dots is now become a wall. And that's a one of there. Interestingly, there, and that's a continuous scene, so I find that interesting. We did require one of the long 8 stud ones, I think. Yep. That goes to there. And this goes to here. And then 4, 2, 4. Which I understand for football or soccer, as some of you Philistines refer to it, is a standard formation. And then similar sort of thing going on here, there, and the stud. That's that. Right, we'll do this one quickly and then, or at least we'll get the pieces out. And then we shall do a break. Or one of these exciting Technics looking blocks that I love so much. 2 6s. It's going to get into Christmassy music in a moment. 3, 2 of those. Is that a grey 8? There we are. An L block. And one of those. And this is a continue the build thing, isn't it? So we're continuing the building up here. So I think we can quickly get this done before the break. So one there. This here. And then a A4 piece there. The long green one there. Okay, that's locking all this together, which is nice. Then this exciting block goes... We need 4 of those. Okay, I only got 1. 2. 3, 4. There we go. Now, actually, it says here we leave a gap there. So this is nicely symmetrical. Ah, right. Yeah, I can see what the arrangement is here. So something exciting may happen there with these. Like we'll be slotting rods through them. There is a whole engine mechanism. If you're unfamiliar with the build thus far. I can't remember. I think this we determined that this entire thing was detached. Anyway, that's not what I'm doing here. So much for doing things quickly. So that goes there. And actually, it's got this unfolded. So this, you can just see the fence there. So, but deliberately kind of pushed out to show, I guess, that this block goes there and doesn't cross the pieces, connect them, or otherwise. So this hole rather nice, isn't it? Okay, we've got somewhere. It is time for a break, and then we will continue on maybe for another hour or so. But I owe the kitty some treats from the earlier redeem. So there will be kitty feeding on the break. If you have a sub, which is much more likely since the sub bombs that happened yesterday are still not quite processed. I will see you come on. Yeah, see you shortly. should be back. I hope everything is as before. Ooh, got some interesting pieces coming in here. But I've gone too far. We have done this piece just now. Okay. That's this side. I hope you're all having an enjoyable day. Indeed, if it's Sunday for you, I think it should be Sunday for practically everyone now. Monday for some, I guess. But if it's Monday for you, you should probably be sleeping. If I've got my time zones right. Right, so we need 2 of these. If you want to get the manual and kind of read along, because displaying the manuals, I'm not getting a 3rd camera just to display the manual. Now that I've said that, one of these, I think. 3 brown 6s, it looks like. Yeah, 1. There's the 2 small. 2, 3. Come on, you. I know you're here somewhere. There we go. Oh, and these guys that I've been knocking out of the way and discussed because they're not the piece I'm looking for. And also these. So we need 2 of these 4. Right, let's put you down. Just sit over there with your friends. There you are. So I think that's everything. No, and 1 dark grey 2-piece, which would appear to be that. So we're working on this structure here. That goes there. Get our 6er here. That'll nicely brace that one there. And that's saying a 1 stud on the end here, which I guess makes sense. That is quite hard to make out. There can't be 2 of these. We could work backwards a bit. No, that doesn't make any sense to me at all. And I'm going to have to myopically hold this up to the light. Maybe take my glasses off even. Ah! Right, that makes sense. I am aging. And it fucking shows. Yep, okay. I get it now. Ooh. That was not well placed. Very kind of you to say, but also bollocks. I am definitely getting older. So, we are missing a single brown stud, which I'm hoping has not dropped anywhere. It's simply I forgot to take it out. Here is one, and we best hope we don't need another one later. There! Get in there. Stay. Oh, we get to make something exciting here. So we find a skull and a little gem, the forbidden Lego. Forbidden boiled sweet Legos. As Fader so elegantly put it. And this exciting little black thing here, and two wiggly tentacle-like things. They're actually chunkier than I expected. These are disappointingly not rubber rings. Well, they are actually. They have some pliability in them. Is that what we're looking for? The Fader summoning call. So you get this doobrey here, facing up like that, and you put your little grinning skull on the top. Is it a two-facer? No, it's just a single face. How disappointing. And you put, oh actually this will be the right way around to do it. You put the little light in it, so it's I shall hold it up to the Me camera shortly so you can experience its full glory. Look at this. Isn't that something? And where does this... Well, fuck you, Lego. I can see where it goes. I love that they know how to say you place something and it's obvious. Right. The Idol of Everest. There's actually a little bit of flavour text. It might be the first in the book. It is. The Idol of Everest. Snatched. See, there's some flavour text here. Snatched from an Everest mountain temple, it is said that the tendrils reach out into the unknown. It also makes a great coat rack. Well, it doesn't up all the way up there, not unless you are very tall indeed. But lovely. Excellent. We have a little bit of story time. Right. So. Big old flat piece. Flat grey piece there. 2 8 long green pieces. A single green 2-block. A single green 6er. A single green 4 piece. A single grey 1 high 1 stud block. A dark grey 3 piece flat. Slightly sinking feeling about that, but maybe I'm wrong. And an L-shaped block, which will be easier to find. So let's hit that and then begin our search. These wheels are very exciting, but they also get in the fucking way. There's our L shape. And there's that. Yeah, that's good. That is, I believe, everything we need for this part of the build. I'll put the book out full length now. So we can see this part, or at least I can. I know it's not great for you guys. So, we can see the build starts from over here, with the single grey block, which Okay. And then there. Then this. And then this. And that there. Now. We need 2 of these. Okay. It was hard enough finding one. You cursed thing. So we go back. There's a 2, and there is a 3 right in the corner. You can't hide from me. Go to there. And a big old one here. And that one there. My phone should be... There it's... Oh, wheel time! It's going to be some really good fun. That was awful. I do apologise. Right, we need 2 rims. And once again, I take great pleasure in the fact that they give you 1-to-1. If you can't count studs, or it's otherwise not easily distinguishable, they give you these 1-to-1 exact size representations. Yeah, it looks... Well, there is a mechanism around the that we're building around at the back here. So if I pause in my knolling, as I believe it's called, and switch the view, we'll see if we can get it. There is a whole mechanism here. So it does more than this, but there is a central mechanism to the entire thing. This is very clearly an unlicensed, let's call it a tribute to the Tower of Terror in Universal Studios, I think it was. I've been on it. I'm pretty sure I was in Universal Studios when I was in it. I was kind of kicked out of it as well. But that's a different story. So I think this is the whole lift mechanism we're building now. All parts of it. So we need 2 of these rims, 2 of these cogs, 8 of these rubber, and they are rubber. There is actually some give in them. I suppose there could be some other material than rubber, but conceptually they are rubbers. We have 6 now. We need 2 more. And that's 8. And then we need 6 further black rims. But I think this whole thing has a few surprises in it. And they have framed it as kind of a storied build, where you will be given sort of a little bit more information each time you go along. So we take these and place them around here, which hopefully will not be too much of a faff. Nope, that goes in quite nicely. That looks very nice on the camera, doesn't it? I mean, I can pull these up and it's quite clear what they are. So having made that, you know what? You might have seen what I did there, but I didn't. Well done. Have a point. I'm assuming that's what I needed to do, but it's not what the instructions say. It does this. It says do this 3 times. So we make duller, more industrial, less exciting looking wheels. These are your boring Ford normal car wheels, and these are your boy racer wheels. We make 3 of these to go with this. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to... Oh, it does say at the end, do this 2 times over. Right. I'm curious. That it seems to be intending that we do this twice. I think we might have to do them one at a time, actually. Because you don't see the golden ends of the hubs. But yes, you're quite right, Spectacular Man. It is a build with many stories. Right. Now, that goes through there, and this cog sprocket. Is there a difference between sprockets and cogs, do you think? I'm not entirely sure. They go on there. And we are done with step 84 on page 77. Good lord. Have they no respect for order? 85. Step 85 on page 78. Two, 4, 6. This 8, and then 2 bastard little studs that are so fucking easy to lose. I have spent many a minute, hour scrambling around the floor trying to find these fuckers when they inevitably ping off the table because you flubbed your handling. Okay, so we're back to working. Well, we were working on this side. We just turned it round so it was easy to put these wheels in. This is rather cool. They spin quite nicely. It's hard to get a sense of motion there, but it is there. Right, this is just build some bricks on top of the top. So one there. That way we can't drop them. We're not handling them, we can't drop them. At least in theory. Alright, and 2 3-block towers in front of these mechanisms. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because you can still see them spin. It gives them a... Oh, here we go. We're onto the Christmas music, so we're just going to have to do something about that. is, we just go back to the start of that playlist. I might actually search around for some other song, but I probably won't. More shafts. And that one of those. Oi, stay. It's a lively one, that. A red one of those. 2 of these small Technic style things. And this could be a sprocket. It's certainly, oh, it's more of a gear, I think. A teeny tiny little geary thing. Right. We take one of these, we hold this like this, call this that side, and it goes through there. Then the sprocket goes, gear, sprocket, what have you, goes on there. Second block goes there, and the red thing, I suspect this is a bushing, it's there to hold everything together. And this goes here on the top and engages with that gear underneath. So now all of this rotates. I have a feeling the next page will do exactly the same thing, but on the other side. Indeed it is. Gear. Mother Dearest has texted me because the laptop, which is one of my old laptops that she bought off me some years ago, before she desired it strongly and I needed the cash, is not going to be supported by a Windows 11, and therefore, in my duty as obviously it came with lifetime tech support. Or rather, any device she buys comes with lifetime tech support because I exist. So yeah, I actually quite enjoyed doing this, but I will need to go and have a look at something for my mum and provide her with advice, because she is retired, but she does a lot of community work for which she needs to be organised, and the laptop is a necessity for that. So we need to make sure she gets the right one, because the first one she bought for herself, on my advice, when I didn't understand the requirements very well, was way too heavy, and eventually started hurting her back. So we've got to avoid that. Luckily, nice thin laptop is not at the premium it used to be. Right, so now we have mechanisms for both of these wheels, which are inside the premises. That is something. We now need 2 6-piece, 1 very long one, 12. That's 10. Yeah, it's a tenner. There we go. 2 4s, which are handily right there. No swooshing sound for those. 2 of these. 1 4-piece and 2 1s. I can see those right there. That's fantastic. So we're still working on this side here. So do. Right. There we go. And that goes there. That goes there. This is thankfully straightforward. That's the time. Okay. So what I might do is take another shortish break in a minute, and then we will, or maybe we could press through and try and finish off this and then call it a day. Maybe we'll do that. I mean, we're up to 2 hours. I did say I was not going to push it too far tonight because I slept until like 11. It'll be very easy to stay up. But although my work is probably not going to start particularly early tomorrow, I would like to feel as at sync with the world as I have been. Especially since... Anyway, I'm musing. So one of these. Ooh. I love that one. Right. I didn't count out the pieces there, but tough. Right, we're going to have more mechanisms here. We only got 2 of these. We needed 4. We did not learn our lesson from last time. This looked like it was going to take quite a while, but actually the chunkiness of the pieces themselves has been deceptive. It's interesting that these two have stopped here. They're not building up further. I wonder if that's going to be a thing or not later. We need both of those, but we need 2 of these. It's a good thing we have them. Now we need a 4. There we go. 2 ones in green. Oh, let's move all these off the page. 2 of these. 1 of these. And 2 of these. Put those over there. Put that over there. Pull this out a bit. Right. We're building basically on the same lines as before. But this time, one there. One of those. And then a grey 4 there. 2 there, which seems to be locking in these Technic pieces, giving them a bit of stability. Bracing against torque in a couple of directions. That could be entirely over-egging it. They may just be pretty. Who knows? Right. We are cracking on here, and it's about to get super exciting. Look at all these wheels. Oh, look. Seems kind of similar to something we did before. So 2 boy racer wheels, 2 sprockety things, sprockety, geary, coggy, wossets. They're very exciting anyway. 8 of these. Two shafts, which we're just going to put straight there because they roll away otherwise. And 6 of these. Right. At least we basically know what we're doing here, so we'll just do all of these in one go. Put those with those because they're the first things to go on. Interesting, I just paused a second. It's like, where's the red things? But it appears they're not needed. The red bushings, as I think of them, that are there to prevent it sliding about laterally. I wonder if Julie will be on tonight. I'd like to raid her if we can. Right, so let's get to the creating. So we put one on, and we get that fairly flush with the ends, and then place 3. Yeah, 3 of these. On there. So if anyone's... I have no idea who's in chat, by the way. Most of my monitoring is just not on or not available to me here, and I'm getting better at having it that way. I may reduce the number of monitors I actually use for streaming in general. But if anyone is new here and likes the idea of Beat Saber, I also do that on a 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. 1 PM UK time, Monday to Wednesday. Thursdays are now at 7. Largely to be proximate to the Cupcake Queen, my mod, who does Beat Saber as well. That means I can raid her. Not every time, but it's now an option. And Fridays at 5 still, though that may move once I've figured out a good time. The last 2 later ones are for people whose time zones differ and like a bit of Beat Saber, but find it a bit much over their morning coffee. Right, these bits go in here. Do they make contact? They don't. But what happens here is that these sprockets go very flushly onto there, so there's no projecting stuff, and these whole mechanisms are now moving in sync with each other. So this can be motorized. It requires 3 extra blocks, which are phenomenally expensive for what they are. I think they used to retail, they would be, I don't know, the equivalent of maybe £20. Ooh, what did I just do? £20 each. They're now, each one of them costs around £50 per item, and I need 3 of them. So it's 1 controlling engine block and 2 motor blocks. And I think the whole operation can be cranked by hand. We will find out. If not, what will happen is I will spend some time trying to find them at a more reasonable price. I just simply don't think that they're worth it for what they are. That message is getting out of date because I think I've been fairly good at chat. I don't know. Actually, I know I still have terrible times with chat, with actually keeping up with chat. So this is pretty simple. 1 of these and 2 dark grey and 2 light grey. Crank it, Steel. Crank it. How was the movie? Or, I mean, I've been going a while, so there's a chance it's over, or maybe you're just taking a break. But yeah.
Stop! A large boob trap is present.
Where? I like boobs. Dark is... I don't really know Dark. I don't think I went... knowingly, because the name is familiar, but actually I know very little about it. Yes, it's... That is the great Bobby Steroid Guntarski from Jagged Alliance 2. He is in Jagged Alliance 3, but they seem to have failed to capture his character. Admittedly, when I went back to play Jagged Alliance 2 for December or some related thing, that's one of my favourite games ever. I have devoted... Before there were online stores that gave you a track of how long you spent in a game, I think I must have easily put 400 hours into it. It's not aged well. I don't think it was even particularly nice at the time it came out. I find it awkward to stream, but I'm going to bite my lip and do it one day. And force myself to see if the spark is still there, because that was a game that really did it. Okay. Oh, look, boobs. Right. You've arrived just in time, Steel. It's time for the big ass wheels. I can bring you up to date if you want, but mostly we've just been building up this area, but there's been some interesting stuff going on. So there's a mechanism. You can see those turning. Being built. This is not all interconnected though. However, on the other side there is... Oh, this is harder to get in with some light. Let's see if I can... There's these tyre wheels that are quite a nice gold colour. They run right through. And mechanism, yeah. Well, we know it's a Tower of Terror, so we know where this is going. But again, exactly how it's going to work, we don't know. But now we put on the biggest wheels, and that's going to be awesome. So, 2 of the big ass wheels. Big wheel. 3 of these kind of roofy tile things. 6, I'm not holding the dots up because the chances of them going fucking flying is just too big. So we need 6 of these. Hopefully we have 6 of these. If not, I can run upstairs and see if my drawer of bits has... No, we're good. Has 6 dotties in it. It probably does. I got a lot of spares from other sets. There seem to be spares fairly frequently in the boxes. So we need 6 of these. We won't get spares on this because the downside, as it were, of the meticulous way that this was packaged up and sent to me means that we've got exactly the number of blocks required to build it. If there are any spares, I doubt they have them to hand anymore. So, right, there is a thing to build here, so we build some 3 high block doobies, towers. Do like a little tower. Yeah, did you not have a drawer of bits? Drawer of Lego bits? I thought you were the one that mentioned drawers of Lego bits. But yeah, I mean, if you want to be filthy minded, we have the means of dealing with that. I need to actually just make a macro for this. Not that I think this is available to the API yet, but there we go. That's pretty sweet. A little art when building an archway thing, except they're not gonna make an archway. They're going to make. There is an architectural term for this sort of thing. The bits of buildings that kind of jut out, often where gargoyles are found. I was wondering about this, so we just stopped building these corner pieces. It just stopped there, halfway up. The same here. And I was wondering if we were going to put more stuff on, and indeed we are. There we are. I've had to move the Ecto 1 around enough now that I've got a little bit more confidence. One of my mods who's not been around that much of late, for good reasons, Backkiller, sent me a picture of her friends who had a Lego Star Destroyer. So the Star Destroyers are about the size of this table. They're easily a metre and a bit long. Oh no, hang on. It was a Karelian Cruiser, I think, rather than the Star Destroyer. And they dropped it when moving. And it was in like 3 sections with a lot of bricks on the floor and a very curious looking pet. A gargoyle is a water spout. You're thinking of a grotesque. Yes, I am probably thinking of a grotesque, but I think we just commonly in the English language we misrepresent anything like that as a gargoyle. Possibly because Hollywood does, but you are quite correct. I have had the differences explained to me. The person who introduced me to Go Bordello, one of my closest friends, is an architect, or was an architect. They've actually had themselves struck off. They retrained as a UX designer because they didn't want to be an architect anymore. Yeah, it was horrifying photos. So here we go. Big wheels. There is one thing in here. There's 2 tools in a box. These are entirely loose. Everything else is kind of fastened down now, so they're liable to go flying. But there we go. That's quite something, isn't it? And actually, this is all connecting. So I'll see if I can get a decently lit look at this. Okay, so that's not very helpful. But all the gears, they are not moving. They're not interlocking particularly fantastically. You can see there's a bit of give in the mechanism. I think when there is pressure on all of this, it will all move. Yeah, if you put pressure on it, there's real momentum in there. How are we doing for time? So 9 minutes left. So I am not going to take another break. Or run any more ads. We're just going to... In fact, we're going to finish this bag. So we will be done with bag 5. And then we're going to call it. I mean, 2 hours is a shortish stream. But, honestly... It's... Did I hurt my finger? What makes you think that? If you mean this, that's just because I'm a smoker and the tobacco stains my finger. Also, now I'm examining my nails and finding them disappointing. Left middle. Yeah, this one. It does look a bit sore. It is just disgusting nicotine staining. I must do something about that. But, yeah. So now, there we go. I mean, it's horrible to look at. I'm embarrassed that it's there, but so you know that I'm not injured. Right, basically, this is everything left in the box. We were out of swishy. There is no Lego plastic jingling to be had for the rest of the stream. I'm so sorry. Well, I can grab one of the bags and just rattle it. Yeah. It's something to be mindful of, though. If I put a lot of effort into scrubbing it, because I wash my hands normally, like a reasonable anyone who's lived through COVID, I've got used to washing my hands a lot more than I used to. I'm not sure that's right. It is right? Oh, no, we've got 1, 2 there. No, it's there. It goes. Okay, we're building from here. But you really have to scrub. And I think partly because tobacco is much more expensive now. I smoke the cigarette all the way down to my fingers, whereas I didn't used to do that so often. So it didn't used to be so much of a thing. But I just need to stop smoking. It's ridiculously expensive, intentionally and successfully. But oh no. But yeah. I know. It's okay. Please don't feel that you've done anything wrong there. I'm perfectly fine talking about it. But Winston did have a go at my fingers today a couple of times when we were doing treats, so it was worth checking actually. That goes in there, and that fastens and locks our grotesque mount. I mean, I want to see cornice, but cornices don't do this. This thing here. So when you have your grotesque perched on a cathedral or something, it's often on little protrusions like that, and I'm sure there's a word for it. So that brings us to the end of bag 5. We're gonna grab a bag as a bookmark and put it there. That's not a bad idea to put the bags in as bookmarks. And here we go. So I am going to get my actual camera out and take some progress photos of this rather than just use my phone. I will take the phone photos as well. But a little bit of show and tell, I guess. So what we could do here, maybe, I was going to try and angle this a bit so I'm on the 3D view, but I think the best thing to do is this. And then what we will do, we're really going to up the lighting if I can. Yeah, let's leave it on that, the warmer one. So here is the mechanism we saw earlier. We've got our garden. This whole thing folds out and locks in this position. And here, this is it. So this is the other side of what's going on. And you can see one wheel actuates the other, both directions. So that's all connected together. We have this interesting sprocket here that does nothing at the moment. Ah, you can't see it. Hang on. Here. This is attached to nothing, as far as I can see, and engages with nothing. And we have an interesting mechanism. I'll have to come around the other side. Here. Which... Ooh, I'm knocked off the... Oh, yes. Check out this little guy. That is a Himalayan idol, apparently. Which is very good as a coat rack, which is why it's mounted 9 feet up on the wall. So in here is a whole extra mechanism that's attached to this wheel. You can see some of it. It's quite hard to... Which is attached to that wheel there. And that's all moving. That's all connected. And there's a... I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a slight click. And there's some kind of... There's a dangly bit. I don't know what it does. But it was very specific about the positioning. There's a big red lined image, like, if you don't do this correctly, you'll be sad. Warning. So I did it as correctly as I could, but not understanding what it's for. Gotta keep you guys in line. So yeah, what else is interesting and exciting about this? We should probably stick on that camera view. I am... pre-roll's about to run out, so... there we go. So, yeah, we've got our nice little garden here. We've got the candles. The forbidden boiled sweets. And the fireplace in 2 halves. So when this shuts, so hang on, I'm doing a very bad job of keeping this. You can see here, when this shuts, like so, we can see nothing from that side. So we'll go around the other side. This may be impossible to see just because lighting it. There we go. There's a fireplace, and there are some little blocks behind it, and the ticket desk, and the lever, which was so hard to find that Cuppy was like, well, "Have you looked inside the other pieces?" And sure enough, it was there. Quite pleased with it so far. It's really taking shape. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that. I wonder what I could do. Oh, actually, I know what I could do. It might even still be in my pocket. No. Hang on. I had a torch out earlier. For the purposes of, well, you do not have the power on for the lighting when you are installing lights, so that might work. Let's see. Just about getting them there. There. Quite pleased with that. And I think that brings us to the end of this evening's symposium. Gosh. That was fun. But best to quit when you're ahead. It's just coming up to midnight. I will probably get to bed at 1, which is... Are you kidding me? Techie is still on. I think that probably pins it. Techie is still playing Super Mario RPG. I hadn't realised he was doing a true Until It's Done. How long has that mad bastard been going? He's hit the end. After 14 hours. Hang on, let's see what he's got to say.
Thank you, that was well. So I'm gonna try and send you somewhere nice and sweet. I thought we were gonna be done in time for me to raid Cuppy, but we missed that.
Oh, he's... I don't know if you can hear this, but he's sad about not being able to raid you, Cuppy.
Don't usually get to I see Grey Area is making Lego at the moment. Big D is streaming. Big D is streaming so rarely these days. It's rare to catch Big D. Stellar Death is doing Streets Rage 2. Mania Mode Challenge, and Stellar Death is someone I so rarely get to raid, and is someone I've been following since like right at the start. Yeah, our clocks don't usually overlap, so this would be a rare opportunity.
Right.
And Stellar Death's cool as all hell. But then again, so's Big D. Jesus. Well, Big D's been going for almost 4 hours. I'll see how Stellar Death's doing.
Right.
Oh, I mean, this is.
Yeah. So he's just figuring out who to raid. I'm kind of wondering if we should just wait and see who he raids and then raid them as well. Although, no, actually, it is bloody obvious who we should raid. Thank you to Copy for introducing me to them. We're going to raid Tinker Glitch, who is currently doing Lego and brick building, which I did not realise was a category.
Okay! What? What? Yeah! Yeah! Tinker is yelling Lil Jon all the way up the stairs.
Yep. A fine choice. Thank you all for being here. Beat Saber tomorrow, 1 PM UK time. I will not be wearing this. I'll see you then. Monday evening, I haven't figured out yet. But maybe we're going to do some more Baldur's Gate and just kind of panel through as we've got some momentum going. Thank you all for being here. It is really a pleasure. I've had a lovely time. I hope you have too. And I will see you all very soon. Good night.
Thank you.